Hello. Um, Welcome to the morning. Look, it's nice. Look, there's a sunrise. Look, there's a bicycle. Look, there's a tent. Look, there's the tower we were on yesterday. So after the tower, I went this way and went to a grocery store. Then I went back to the tower over there because there was a picnic table. I ate food. Then I came over here because there's big snowbanks and they block the wind a little bit. And I slept in my tent. But it was cold. Particularly my feet were cold. Yeah, I have two sleeping mats. Right, two foam sleeping mats, and one is a bit shorter than the other. So my feet only get one sleeping mat. So I'm thinking maybe that's why they're cold, but I don't know. Eventually though, things warmed up. I kind of curled up a little bit. I don't know if it's the curling up or putting I put extra clothes under my feet. Yeah. So right now I'm thinking things I could work on are things I could improve are why is it only 80% charged? I was charging this all night. Okay, well, maybe it's just the cold right now because it's really cold. It's like, yeah, it's like below -20 and it feels like -30. Yeah, so things I could work on are my hands. My hands get cold. So I need maybe better mitts or something to just instantly warm up my hands sometimes. And then I have to figure out my feet because my feet get cold often. And then maybe something with the sleeping pads, maybe. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Hello? So here we are, biking. The camera, I think it's sideways, 1 second. Hello. Welcome to the middle of nowhere. We are biking, somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Hello, once again. So today has been, I don't know. Yeah, so it's been cold getting out of my tent, packing things up, and I might have gotten some kind of like minor frostbite on a couple fingers. So I haven't been filming much, but also there's not much to film. It's pretty flat around here, and I think I have a place to stay today. Yeah, so somebody in Nipigon offered me a place to stay. Yeah, it's a little bit off the road, but it's better than sleeping in the middle of nowhere. And then tomorrow, the plan is to go to Thunder Bay. But yeah, hopefully my fingers are okay. So like, the big thing is that they feel numb after going inside and warming up. So yeah, I've been looking at some stuff up on frostbite, but yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Let's see. Okay, the GoPro seems to be working. So a lot has happened, I think. Last time I was with you, I was traveling from Nipigon to Dorian because I had a place to stay in Dorian, which I got, that the night before in Nipigon while I was shopping. Right, I was buying groceries and I was coming out, and then someone's like, "Yeah, here's my number. we live kind of kind of off the road. I forget how many kilometers, but it's off the highway. I think she said something like maybe 5, but I think it was more the way I came. So, so yeah. So last time I was with you, I was on my way, right? Um, and uh, one of the reasons I didn't film very much was because, um, that morning I got frostbite on my fingers. Now there's different stages of frostbite, and for me, it wasn't it wasn't a I don't think it's still frostbite. It's not just frost nip, but I think it wasn't a very severe stage. So I could show you. This is my worst finger right now, and I think it was a little bit worse. It was kind of a little whiter at the tip. It was more white right here, like yesterday. So I think it's getting better, but it kind of it feels numb. Yeah, so it's mostly my index fingers. And I think part of the reason, especially part of the reason my left index finger is the worst, is because my thin gloves, they have a hole in them. And I don't know if I said this, but I got the frostbite while I was packing my tent. So, yeah, so I tried to so I tried to go to Tim Hortons and soak my fingers in warm water. But one thing I did, which I don't know, maybe it wasn't advisable, was biking that day, right? And it's 45 kilometers, like I said, to this place in Dorian, right? Near Dorian. So at some point, it got pretty going like off road, right? And it was a lot of fun, honestly. So I just remembered some directions, and there was some steep hills too. So like people are saying, oh, watch out for Lake Superior. Everything above Lake Superior. There's a lot of ups and downs, and there are ups and downs. But they're also gradual enough. I mean, trucks have to go up and down on them. And they do, right? But these are kind of off-road, normally dirt paths, and there's some stuff that's. So basically, I was the closest to. I didn't walk up anything, but I was on the lowest gears of everything, and yeah. Yeah, so I got to this place in Dorian, and so it's this couple in their early 30s, and they live. I think they've been married maybe 2 years or something like that, and just a few months ago they moved out into the country. Into the country. They used to, live in a town near Ottawa, near Kingston, and yeah. So they moved out there, kind of off the highway, which was already kind of. Dorian is small. It's not like I didn't even consider it like a place to stop. It doesn't. I don't think it has. It may or may not. I think it has like one store maybe. I don't know if it has a gas station, but anyways, yeah. So it's super remote, and they built their own kind of little house or little place to live. It's like. It's like It's like not really built in the style of a house. It's over like, or most houses or cabins. It's almost like when you saw me in that like garage or hangar, you know, sort of place. But it's a lot smaller. Maybe like 20. I think it was 20 by 36 feet. And they live there with six dogs. So you know, I was coming there, there's like, you know, six. There's like a bunch of dogs running at me and barking because they're not used to strangers. Because a lot of them are puppies, but they're they're really big puppies. So they haven't had a lot of visitors, and yeah, they're really just kind of setting things up. Um, yeah, they only just like installed a toilet. Um, yeah, so not a lot of there's not a lot of privacy. It's like, yeah, so I'm not sure. I might be their first overnight guest. Um, yeah, but it was great. It was just magical, like you know, kind of being so far away from everything. They're trying to live off grid. I don't know if I said that. Um, but yeah, they have six dogs and a cat. Five of the dogs are like pretty big. And lots of energy. Uh, you know, you open the door and you have like six dogs running outside. You know, and um, yeah, so it's a ton of I don't know. I miss them already. I wish I took some video. Um, Probably could have, but I don't know. I also like, yeah, with in general with the fingers, I didn't want to um like whenever I'm outside, I didn't want to go to have to pull out my like thinner gloves and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, so that's that was that. And you know, of the two, the husband was going into Thunder Bay the next day, so he gave me a ride because, you know, it was cold, and that was probably, yeah, it was. I don't know. It felt like minus in the low 30s, I think. Um, yeah. So yeah, so pretty cold stuff overnight. I guess the day was warmer. Maybe it was like minus 17, minus 20 outside, but it's still, uh, yeah, with frostbite on my fingers, I didn't want to make it worse. Yeah, so he gave me a ride into Thunder Bay. So far, my you know, hitchhiking or getting rides. You know, I did into North Bay was 40K, and then into Thunder Bay. Uh, it was probably around 80K maybe. Um, yeah, but I'm gonna be in Thunder Bay for a few days. I'm upgrading gear. Already went to some places, so I got um, this right here. This is a merino wool. It's like a layer to go. You know, probably over, maybe even over top of my base layer. So it's yeah, it's got like a little zip up thing, and it's super toasty. I tried this with just my jacket, and then my other merino wool base layer, and then this is so toasty. So I think my other one is probably 150-ish thickness. This is I think 260. Yeah, so super toasty. I got another pair of merino wool socks. I don't know, feet are the thing I'm kind of worried the most about, even though the frostbite on my hands. I'm thinking of getting two more pairs of two more things on my hands, and I'm thinking of maybe getting another foam sleeping mat. Just have three foam sleeping mats. It kind of sounds ridiculous, but yeah. Yeah, that's the plan.